I think it's an understatement to say that we live in dangerous times. Things seem to be more complex now than ever, but there's always hope. But anyway, how do you keep your cool? How do you stay relaxed? How do you not let your mind wander to the worst possible scenario? Well, one of the verses or one of the passages that I have found that works for me in the Bible is Philippians chapter 4, beginning with verse 6. It says, "Do not be anxious about anything." Okay, and then it goes on to tell us how. But just to stop there for a second, when I first read that, I thought, how can that even be possible? But then I reasoned by faith that if it's there, if God says you can do it, then it is possible. And He will help us to be able to do that. But He goes on to say, "Do not be anxious about anything, but in everything, by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your requests to God." So the antidote for not being anxious is to pray, that's for sure. But it says in everything, pray about everything. And it says with thanksgiving. We can be thankful while we're praying because God is listening and God will answer. And it says, verse 7, now here's the reward to that. "And the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and minds in Christ Jesus." The peace of God, which transcends, goes beyond your ability to even understand it. That's how much peace God is willing to give. But it comes through trust. Rather than fretting and worrying and tossing and turning and losing sleep, all we have to do is just give it to God. And we can do that through prayer. Tell Him what you're anxious about. And believe by faith that He has the solution. And the peace of God, which goes beyond understanding, will guard your heart and your mind. We think of the heart as the seat of emotions. Even in this day and age, you send your Valentine a little heart or a box of candy in a heart shape. And so that's your emotions, and then your mind, your logic, your thinking, your rationalizing. Those are the two areas that I think need the most help. And uh, ironically, praying instead of being anxious guards those two very important areas. So try that. If you're feeling anxious about anything, instead of worrying at night when you close your eyes, pray. And as soon as you feel yourself worrying during the daytime, just stop and say, "Okay, Lord, my mind's running out of control here. Help me." And He will.